welcome to the channel. I thought I'd do a video on my trip to Mount Panorama and Parkes. If you live in Sydney or anywhere near New South Wales and you haven't been to Bathurst, I highly recommend you go. I also recommend you go when there's no races on. I mean, you can go when the Bathurst race is on. It's just going to be hard to get accommodation because it's always packed out. I went about a month or so before the Bathurst race, and I just got a chance to just walk around the track and just enjoy the scenery. And it was, you can see by the photos, there was just so much to see at Bathurst. And on the way after Bathurst, I decided to go to Parkes. Now, Parkes is a gem of a place because it's got a couple of things. That's the actual Milky Way I took at Parkes. Now that's the Peak Hill Mines. That's just about an hour out for Parkes. The dish is also something that you got to see. If you're going to go see the dish, I highly recommend that you do it in the afternoon from about 1 or 2 because it gets hired out by different countries and they move it around. If you go too early in the morning, it may just be in park position, which means it won't move. Now, this is the highlight of my trip, I think, the Haas Parkes Aviation Museum. It's got a lot of planes in it, and they're all kind of, from the previous wars and whatever else they used them for. And it's really cool because you can actually go and sit inside them. If you haven't sat inside a cockpit of a fighter jet or even just some of the other carrier jets that over there, you'll be surprised how tight it is in there and the amount of controls on there. I don't know how people, fly these things, but they're absolutely amazing to see them up close and just walk around. And they've been there for a long time. When I was there, though, one of the cool things is that I was just letting them know that I build models here and there, like maybe um, you know tanks and cars. And the lady went and found 4 models. That's one of them. That's the Hercules 72 scale. And you can see there's a price tag on it of $10. I think this has been sitting around for like 15, 20 years in a container along with 3 other ones, which I'll show you on this video. And I gave them a couple of $100 for them because I knew they'd kind of have a little bit of value to them. But to be honest with you, only one of them was, I think, listed for around $350 on eBay. A couple of other ones for around $175. But I have no intention of selling them. I'm going to put these things together. In fact, I'm going to start the Hercules one soon after I post this video because I've been working on something else for my tank, like a diorama that I just finished. Now, when I opened these back at the Bushman's Inn at Parkes after I got them, I was very surprised to see how intact they were. All the plastic was still on there. Some of the decals had faded off. Decals, I'm not too concerned about because I can remake my own decals, based on them. You just find images and you just print them out and you can make fresh ones. But the fact that they're kind of old probably lends to the fact that I'm actually going to age these planes. Maybe not all of them. I might age this one. In other words, what I'll do is I'll make it look like it's been sitting around for a long time and I'll kind of put rust on it and a few other little things and just paint chips. This is the other one. This is the Orion Lockheed P3C. Again, it had heaps of, I don't know if all these decals belong to this, but everything had been opened but not unpacked. So all the plastic and there's all these decals in there. I don't think they all belong to that particular model, but they all came with everything the lady gave me, and I was really stoked to have all this stuff. I think they're the decals that go with that particular model. Again, they look like they're okay. I don't know how they're going to go when I finally put them in water. Don't know whether or not I should varnish them again just to seal them, but I think they may be okay. But as you can see, all the parts are intact, and that's really great because if parts were missing, then I guess it wouldn't be the end of the world. But because everything's intact and still in one piece, it means I can actually really assemble these properly. I think I might actually find a really good silver chrome color and airbrush the Orion just as it is on the cover of that box. But again, yeah, these were such a rare find, and sometimes when you go out of your way in the middle of Australia to see things like Bathurst and Parkes, and you sometimes get a few surprises. And like I said, when the lady brought these out, I was like, my eyes lit up inside my head, and I thought, oh God, I hope they let me buy them, and she did. There's the old glue inside there. There's more decals in there. I haven't investigated what decals do belong on this plane, so when I get around, but you can see the price is 35 cents. Probably would be like $15 to $20 if you try to buy these decals now. little packs like that. But like I said, you can make them your own these days. But yeah, that one, I think I might do that one second after I do the bigger one, the Hercules. There's another one. This is the Neptune. I don't know much about planes. These will be my first planes I actually assemble. I do have a little Pan Am one which I haven't assembled, which I got in Manila. But again, as you can see, everything's intact. All the clear for the windows. I don't think this one was actually even opened. I think they still had the tape on it, and I just had to cut it open. But everything is in there. You can see the booklet hasn't even been faded, so obviously I don't think anyone did ever open this one. I think again I might try to find a good silver color for this, or I might just Google some images and just see what sort of colors these were painted. Were they kind of the silver color? Or as you can see, there's actually two. There's like a white and something with a green just above it. So you got a few options. I might go with the one above it, the green one, the 55, I think, or SS, I think it's supposed to be. But I think it gives you the option of doing it either way. So again, looking forward to doing these planes. I don't know how difficult it is to assemble planes. I think I might just assemble them in one complete go, and then just completely primer them, and then just kind of hand paint all the little bits myself. But I think I will do some googling and just see the history of each plane as I assemble it. I don't know that I'm going to do a diorama, but I did have this idea of maybe doing like a control tower or even a water tower and rust that up. This is a Avro Dam Buster Lancaster. This is a really old one from Revell. Now, that's how it came. There was no plastic because that was sealed and I had to cut it open. And I think this is probably the cheapest out of all of them as far as quality goes. I think once you put it together and you spray it, I'll make it look like $1 million, because or I'll weather it or whatever I choose. But as you can see, yeah, it wasn't really packed in any. So this could be from the 70s or early 80s, who knows? But it's been sitting around for like 100 years. So I'm gonna put it together eventually. I think I might leave that one to the end. But yeah, they're all worth putting together. But I was really excited to come across them. And when you find things like this, like I say, if you're a model maker, you kind of get a collection of all these models and they're in their boxes, and you're like, I'll get around to it. I've got a Subaru. I've got a couple of submarines which I got in Manila as well, and that little Pan Am aeroplane. But I think I might put them on the back burner and just do these four planes one after the other. And I may do a diorama for one of them, like I said, like a water tower or something. But yeah, that's the one I'm going to start with. And I actually already have started. I took the booklet out and had a bit of a look, and it's pretty straightforward. But yeah, thanks for watching, and follow if you want to see more.